Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Amy, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to any new subscribers. Welcome back to my subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. Thank you, super thanks to those of you who actually push the like button, okay? I really appreciate that, okay? I have to tell you the goat symbolism. Okay, here it goes. I was gonna say, but this tablet is taking forever to come on. I just heard goat right before this. I didn't have a note. This is an Agarthans reading, okay? Which is cosmic messages, okay? We got the high priestess and high honor right here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you have really good energy about you. But I feel like, I don't know. We got the nine of swords and emotional pain and the four of swords, okay? So I don't know. I just get this energy of like maybe somebody you released or somebody you don't talk to anymore, or something like that. I don't know. They're holding on to something when it comes to you, some sort of grudge. They want to cause some sort of conflict for you, like in every area of life, okay? Like in love and in your money, your career, whatever it is that you do. Like this person really wants to cause some sort of conflict for you. They could be trying to like contact you. Maybe they want to like pretend like they want to be in a relationship with you or something, and get you into a place of poverty, where they can just abuse you, okay? Look at this karmic masculine, okay? I'm just pulling these from like the middle of the deck, okay? Like, but you're a healer, so this energy really doesn't affect you. I feel like it's really hard to trick you or really hard to play games with you, like you are the GOAT, okay? You are one of the greatest of all times, my love, and it's really hard to get things past you, okay? Also, it's really hard to like tear you down or keep you down, okay? It says the GOAT is diverse, representing fertility, abundance, vitality, and independence due to its hardiness and sure footedness, but also aggression, stubbornness, and even sin and evil, depending on the culture and religious context. So I feel like somebody's being very aggressive in your energy, being very stubborn about like leaving you alone or not causing any issues for you, or trying to cause issues for you, because I don't think that they're successful at all in this. It says it can also symbolize resilience for its ability to navigate difficult terrains and wealth and status in some societies. I feel like you are wealth and status, like you represent that. You have like such a clean, cool type of vibe about you, and it's just really stupid to attack you, but also it's really hard. I feel like this person is kind of falling on their own sword, is what I heard, okay? They're falling on their own sword. But how are you seeing their energy? So we got the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords, okay? So your energy is beautiful, baby, okay? I feel like when it comes to spiritual matters or your like divine contract that you have with your guides, with God, like you really uphold that thing, okay? You take care of it and you look good while you're doing it. I feel like you could be someone who's like really multi-talented. Maybe you have your hands in a lot of different things, or you just like to be doing a lot of different things. You like to multitask and handle a lot of different areas of business in life. I feel like you could have like this amazing goal, okay? The Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands also fell out, okay? So I feel like, like you walk in your authenticity, in your truth. You really follow the guidance that the divine gives you, and all of this great energy that you stay in helps you to stand your ground. I feel like you could really be in a happy energy or just trying to maintain a happy energy, but you could be having like, I don't know. I heard intrusive thoughts, like you could be picking up some sort of messages that somebody else is sending you with the Page of Wands, okay? And the Six of Swords. I don't know. It's like somebody wants to make you feel like, you're a newbie, or like you're a beginner in some sort of way, or like you're not a master of your spiritual connection that you have with the divine. Okay, this is someone from your past. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, but they don't want you to like to hold this pentacle that the divine has for you. Okay, like they want to put a death to any and every form of wealth that the divine is trying to bring into your life, okay? But it's like you're too connected to the earth. It's like, even if this person is an earth sign, you're too connected to the earth energy. You're more connected to these energies than that person. You could even have a lot of earth or air signs in your chart. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius sun sign, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius sun sign, okay? I don't know. Look at this, okay? This is obsession, okay? We got family right here, and we got karmic masculine right here. So this karmic masculine could be someone in your family, okay? This could be someone that you're related to, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It could just be like, it could be an ex, it could be anybody, okay? But whoever it is, like, they just really, they don't like you, okay? But it's for like no reason. They don't like you because of the way that you shine, or like because of how good you look, okay? This person could be about to face some health concerns, okay? They're about to need some help because of all this destruction they've been trying to bring to your life. They could be like heavily attacking your gifts, because you could be in your north node, okay? Somebody in the community sending you major evil eye, okay? Look, jealousy and envy, okay? This person could be like a high priest, or this could be some sort of high priest that this mature woman hired, okay? Yeah, we got ancestors and we got legal, okay? So that just gives me like, whoever this is, they've been caught. That's why the health concerns, Like, it gives me this energy of like, they can't turn off the obsession, but they are still getting like this terrible karma, like they're getting sick and they're having issues. They could be like, everything they're attacking in your life is being attacked by your ancestors in their life, okay? While these attacks aren't hitting you, okay? Yeah, and they have a whole lot of animosity about it. Like, they're very upset that they can't tear you down or affect your inner earth energies, okay? Because that's what the Agarthans represent, okay? Like, that's where they reside, in the inner earth, okay? What else? We got sacrifice, and we got patience and planning. So, I mean, maybe this could be an energy of like people trying to sacrifice you or certain parts of your life in some sort of way. They could be trying to swap things with you. But I'm also getting the feeling of like, you've sacrificed way too much. You've done way too much work. You've put in way too much energy into yourself, into your healing, and into the things that you're working on the outside of you. I feel like you've had a lot of patience with your plans that you and the divine have like co-created for yourself, and your ancestors are not about to let anyone ruin this progress that you have going on. You're tapped into this universal energy, and it's such a beautiful thing, and it's protecting you like in an amazing way. I feel like the universe is ready to respond to all of these manifestations and all of these things that you've been working on, and your ancestors are protecting that no matter what, okay? Yeah, we got the third eye chakra. I feel like when it comes to the things that you're supposed to be getting, or the things that you're expecting, you're right on the money, You could be seeing these things so clear in your mind's eye, what kind of house you're going to live in, and, where your career is going, and all of these different things. You really trust in your partnership and your alliance that you have with the divine, and that's what keeps you very safe from these outside attacks, you know, even if you're unaware that people are attacking you on the outside of you, because some people, you know, are just completely oblivious to this, and they still think that like, oh, you know, everything's great and everybody I know is perfect, you know. But it's just, that's not always the case, you know. But I showed you the high priestess first, so I really do get the vibe that like you're aware that people attack you. You might not always know like who specifically, but you know what kind of attacks are coming in, and spirit shows you certain things in your third eye, okay? Yeah, we got the solar plexus chakra. So they want you to have a lot of confidence in the things that you're seeing and in these different signs that they've been showing you, okay? Like they haven't been showing you all of this for no reason, and they definitely haven't had you walk this path up until this point for no reason, okay? They're going to make sure that you get everything that you want and need. Like you're not in the place where you're about to sacrifice anything else, okay? Because you already got rid of all of the things that were no longer serving you. You already spent a whole lot of time in muddy waters. And that's not what they want for you, you know? They want you to have amazing and wonderful, miraculous happenings to go down in your life, and they're willing to knock down anybody who's standing in the way of that shit. What's sacrifice and patience and planning? We got material harvest, okay? They willing to knock down anybody that's trying to stand in the way of that shit, because this is your justice. This is what you deserve. This is what you've been working so hard towards attracting, and this is what you will attract. So keep on doing what it is that you do, and like just don't ignore your feelings or any weird thoughts that might come up, you know, if you don't agree with it, or if you don't feel like it's your energy or anything like that, you know, say a few words, say a couple of prayers to like get this type of energy, like, you know, cover your bases, you know. Like spirit shows me things so that I can pray about it, or so that I can cleanse my energy or cleanse the energy of my home, or to so I can do something about it, you know. They don't just show it to you just to show you what they're handling, because sometimes they need you to do things in the 3D too. So just make sure you stay on top of like cleansing your space and cleansing your own energy, and to stay very focused. Don't give in to like any thoughts or ideas that you need to give up, or that you're not good enough, or that you're not doing it right. What's patience and planning in universe? We got balance, okay? Maintain this beautiful balance between your life and your career and everything that you have going on, because your intuitive nudges are right dead on with you. And your patience that you've been having with spirit, you know, it's like the second time that they brought that up. Like, you've been so patient. They really do understand. And you can really feel like shit's taking a long time, or it's hard, or whatever kind of little snags or bad days you might run into, you know, all of that shit is very, very temporary, and they see that you're getting through things the best way that you know how, and they're supporting you in that. Ooh, that makes me so emotional. What's the third eye chakra and the solar plexus chakra? We got trapped in fear in reverse, okay? So like, I don't feel like you're afraid, okay? I feel like you're operating from this place of courage, and it looks really great on you, and you're doing exactly what it is that your guides have guided you to do, okay? I heard like you haven't taken any missteps or done anything that you shouldn't be doing. Okay? Yeah, and there is some accelerated motion coming into you very, very quickly, okay? Because of the way that you've upheld this firm foundation and stepped into the new beginnings that they showed you. You know, you chose the roads and the paths that spirit had you choose, okay? You follow your guidance through any and all mental conflict of the past, and through all the heartache and loss. You continue to follow your guidance and to maintain a firm foundation. And you really do a lot of things like alone. It's the work that you do when you're alone is what I'm hearing, okay? The work, the prayers, the meditations, the connections that you make with spirit when you're working alone. That is the most beautiful thing that you do for yourself, and this keeps you extremely protected from anyone trying to tear down your divine purpose or who you are as a person, okay? What's sacrifice, material, harvest, and patience and planning? We got the four of chalices, okay? So I don't know. This person could have gave you some sort of like offer. Is this the four? Yeah, it's the four. No, it might be one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, this is six chalices. Okay, so definitely past energy. Okay, somebody. What was I saying? Okay, somebody that you turned down some sort of offer from in the past. Okay, like I don't know. They didn't let it go. Okay. Yeah, we got the emperor. Okay. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like providing for you or like somebody being a boss in your life, like you're the boss, because like there's a feminine on this emperor card. It gives like real like independent woman kind of energy, whether you're like a woman or not. I just feel like you're very responsible and you know how to provide stability for yourself, like no matter what environment you're in. And this person of the past, like, I don't know, it's like they felt like you would need them to get forward or some shit like that. Or they want to come in and convince you that you need them now. What's universe, patience, and third eye chakra? We got the Eight of Swords because they in some sort of mental entrapment. Okay, look at this. They feel trapped. Okay, but also this is giving like mad scientist energy. Like I don't know. I feel like somebody's tried a lot of different things when it comes to like tampering with your patience or with your inner balance, with your emotions, the way that you feel. Somebody could be playing with like hydromancy, okay? And it's like it's strong energy though. Like whatever they send in, like you're aware, okay? You're aware that they have sent it. Like you've felt it in your emotions, like, a bad day, or you just being emotional out of nowhere for no reason, or you all of a sudden feeling discouraged, or feeling like you can't do it, or feeling like you don't want to fucking get up and do nothing today, okay? That's energy projection, and you hold way too much potential to let that shit get you down. I feel like you really put up a fight when it comes to these negative energies or anything that comes up in your mind that tries to tell you that you can't. You have no problem releasing those kinds of thoughts and refocusing and realigning and rebalancing yourself to what's important. And that's why you always gonna win, baby. What's the emperor and the eight of scythes? Okay, we got judgment. Okay, that's why you always gonna win, baby. Period. So somebody's definitely under judgment. This shit says, please check all bags and backpacks at the counter. I feel like you're refusing to take on like other people's baggage that they could be trying to project at you, other people's feelings of anger or despair, or like, like you ain't shit. Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you know where you sit when it comes to like your relationship with the divine and the things that you've seen in your mind's eye that you're meant to accomplish. Okay, we got the strength card. Okay. And it's going on top of the third eye. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, you hold this amazing strength, and I don't think you're confused at all about which way you want to go. Like, you surround yourself with this beautiful divine energy at all times, with this King of Pentacles energy. And it keeps you very tempered, very balanced, and your cup overflows no matter who tries to affect you or stop you in a negative way. You always find yourself in this place of calmer water, in this place where you have a transformation, and it's like the best thing for you. Okay, you always have that sigh of relief, like on that commercial she said, like, oh, everything's cool, everything's great. You always come back to that kind of energy. Okay, what kind of magic are y'all here doing? What's the Six of Chalices, the Four of Pentacles, and the Emperor? It says intention magic, candle consecration. Okay, so altar spells. Somebody could be putting you on their altar, setting some sort of intentions with candles. Okay, trying to affect your goddess energies, or praying to some goddess. Okay, for your downfall, because it says like blessed candle Light of the goddess, I burn this light of deity's name. Hear my prayer, oh deity's name. Hear my, you know what I mean? Hear my need. Like somebody's like, I don't know, trying to offer you up to some sort of like negative energy or lower vibrational deity, okay? It says sacred land spirit tree spell. So I don't know. They could be trying to like affect your connection with the earth, maybe affect the way you make decisions, affect your judgments that you make when you're going through life, you know. It says every full moon I will retie a cord of magic around thee. That's wild, okay? So every full moon, somebody trying to record to you. It says Friday rite of Venus, okay? So love spells, major love spells, okay? Now, they could be doing multiple different kinds of love spells, you know, because I got a couple of things. They could be doing love spells, so like maybe you like them, because I did say they could be trying to like approach you again, but they also could be doing spells to like ruin your love, you know, to ruin you being the embodiment of love, you know, to like ruin your pleasure in life, okay? That's crazy. What's intention magic in sacred land? It says space clearing incense, okay? So it says house spells. So they could be doing spells on your home, you know, trying to send negative energies there. I don't know, trying to make your home uncomfortable or make you feel like you're haunted or, you know, you're evil or some shit like this, okay? But none of this shit is working. We got healing spells, okay? So they could be trying to affect your health. This says peace, love, and healing, okay? Maybe peace, love is and healing is what you represent. Maybe it's your energies of peace, love, and healing that allow you to be very patient with the divine and the things that they're bringing in. And somebody really doesn't like that about you too. And also I was picking up the energy of like people doing negative affirmations. You know how we're like, you know, I am amazing, I am divine, you know. People just kind of like, oh, so and so is not great, so and so ain't shit, so and so will never be successful, like that kind of shit, okay? What else? So we got ancient Egyptian ancestors, okay? I feel like your ancient Egyptian ancestors, okay, they are the best when it comes to like, well, I mean, nobody's better than Archangel Micheal, let me say that. But they're really great when it comes to like protecting you against very strong magic specifically, you know? Like any negative or lower vibrational energies that are sent toward you are really being like intercepted and thrown back in a major way, okay? Yeah, look, enemies, okay? And we got Dark Night of the Soul, hashtag the purge. So it's like they're triggering dark nights of the soul type of feelings in people, you know? People, this person or people, okay, are getting hit with like this energy of depression or this energy of sadness that they want to send at you, you know? Somebody could be trying to use your empathic abilities against you, you know? Like, it says third eye is awakening, okay? So like they're bringing some sort of clarity to this person or to the way that they see you or to the way that they see what they've been doing. Like it's judgment, okay? So like when they get under judgment, everything goes wrong and they get shown all of the errors of their ways and they have a chance to change or to keep doing the same thing. And a lot of times they just keep on doing the same thing because they feel like, you know, oh well, they can just cleanse their energy and just, you know, start all over again with a clean slate. But that's not how it works, okay? We got generational curse breaker, okay? I feel like when it comes to you and like magic and all of those different things, I feel like you really don't fuck around. You really know what's up. I mean, you do, but it's like it's just like a whole nother different kind of magic that you do. I'm talking about dark magic when I say that, you know, you don't play around with Yeshua's descendant, okay? You don't play around with that bullshit, you know. You know that your words are very powerful, your prayers are powerful, your energy and your actions that you put out is very powerful for you just naturally, and you don't have to do anything extra. And this person just really doesn't understand that. I feel like they could think that you're doing something, you know. They could think that like you're doing some sort of magic or you're trying to like, you know, attack them in some sort of way, but they're just like catching backfires. Yeah, look it. They catching the wrath, okay? They catching the wrath of God right now. That's what's happening, okay? So don't you worry about a thing. Like, keep your eyes on the prize and don't, like I said before, don't allow like any discouragement or any doubt to like creep into you or what it is that you're trying to do or what you feel guided to do, okay? Because you're going in the right direction for yourself, and everything that you're attracting and working on is being protected, okay? And Spirit's gonna always make sure that you have the insight that you need to protect yourself and to maintain the freedom that you've earned for yourself, okay? What's the final thought on this? We got exposed, okay? So, geez, and we got luck, okay? So I feel like as this person's getting exposed, you know, I feel like people could be seeing them for how they are, you know? People could be like understanding why you move the way that you move when it comes to them, because like they just can see it. They can see this obsessed type of energy and they really just don't understand it, and they don't really rock with that shit or agree with it. I feel like people are starting to see things more clearly when it comes to you and why you move the way that you move, you know? So it says, alone and unprotected, the fledgling is vulnerable to attack. Exposed may indicate that you are being thrust into the spotlight and potentially not in a good way, depending on the circumstances. As a result, you may feel helpless and fear possible criticism. Exposed may also point to an open and free opportunity for the taking, as there will not be much in the way of opposition, okay? So this is what I'm saying. They are being thrust into the spotlight in a negative way, being exposed for who they are, for being very sneaky, very underhanded, attacking people. They might be getting exposed for being somebody that does dark magic or who's into attacking people in that way, you know? And it's like you don't have any ops standing in your way because they're kind of taking their self out, okay? It says exposed speaks to the feelings that surface as a result of feeling vulnerable. Are you comfortable putting yourself out there? Does facing criticism cause you to freeze up? What opportunities have you possibly missed because of fear of being seen? Exposed may also present itself as a call to examine your situation more carefully, as a piece of valuable information is becoming clearer. Something or someone may expose their flaws or weaknesses, and this may prove to be beneficial information in the future, okay? So don't fear anything, and like I always say, okay, just let the shit play out naturally. Focus on your goals, on what it is that you want to do that's going to better yourself and better your circumstances and better your family and better, you know, just your future altogether. Like, don't feel like you have to focus on anybody that's like obsessed with you or, you know, having some sort of issue with you, because it just really isn't your problem, and every weapon that they form against you is failing, okay? So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.